Brian Wright, Daily B 132. What are we talking about? We're talking about, do you play to the high or the low? Hey, it's Brian Wright from BrianWright732.com and fitin.com, PHITIN.com. When I'm talking about playing to the high or the low, what does that mean? So I know people that run their businesses in defense of the lowest common denominator, and then I have friends that run businesses that play to the higher ideals of their consumer and their employees. So what do I mean by that? So a company that has the most strict and most difficult policies to deal with because they're afraid of the employee that's going to take advantage. You know, you're afraid of someone using their phone, so everyone has to lock their phones up, or they're not allowed on premise. They're afraid that people are going to take advantage of sick days and vacation days, so they have this like crazy, policies for it. They're afraid of people taking advantage of so many things. So they just shut it all down by having like extremely rigid standards. Like, someone's going to come to work dressed inappropriately, so everyone has to wear the same uniform. No originality, no personality. There's just so many things like that. And then with customers, you're afraid of the customer who's going to bring back a lot of stuff, 6 months later. So you put a 7-day return policy, and, you just make it hard to do business because you're afraid. Then there are other people that play to the idea that people get that they could be damaging a business if they bring too much stuff back, that employees are not going to take advantage if they feel trusted. By playing to the higher ideal, you're creating an environment where people feel trusted. And if you're creating a sense of trust, you're going to get less taken advantage of. It's like a two-way thing. So if you create a system that's afraid of what people will do, you're almost inspiring them to do the negative things because they don't feel trusted. They don't feel like they want to be a part of something. You're putting them in a difficult spot. So the first chance they get, they screw you. But then if you play to the higher ideals of people and you tell them you trust them and you give them flexible policy that says, look, this is what we're trying to achieve and we trust that you get that, and you train them properly, and then you advise them along the way. So if you give them room and they take advantage, or not even take advantage, but they're not fully on board with what it is you're doing for whatever reason, you give them the opportunity to get on board with the idea. And if they don't, well, then you let them go and you find people that are going to, subscribe to what it is you do. It's all about training. It's about communication. It's about finding the right language that's going to inspire the behavior that you want. It's not about creating a rule structure that makes people afraid to break rules. You want people to not break rules because they understand, not that they're afraid to break rules because they don't want to get in trouble. Because when you put people in a position where they're always nervous and afraid you're not getting the best out of them, they're going to start to dislike you. You're going to have a passive-aggressive situation. And the first opportunity they get to screw you and go somewhere else and take everything you've given them and apply it to someone else's benefit, they're going to. That's just the reality of it. That's the difference between a leader and a boss. A boss tells people what to do. A boss doesn't explain why. A boss just says, do. Show up, look like this, do what I tell you to do. A leader inspires people to do things because they understand why. They understand their place, their purpose, what we're trying to achieve, the overall goals. They understand that you believe in their skills and that's why they're there. That's inspiring in itself. When you tell someone, I don't trust you, so I'm giving you this rule book, they say, fuck you. It's really that simple. That's what I say. When someone tells me, like, look, here's the 500-point plan of getting done what we have to get done, I don't want you to think, you're telling me I think you're stupid and I don't trust the way you think. Well, you shouldn't have fucking hired me in the first place. So if I'm going to have the audacity to ask you to commit your personal time and your life to my sitch, I'm going to make sure that I trust your judgments, that our values are in line, that our goals are in line, that we're working towards a goal together, and that I have a system in place that's going to help you evolve your thinking to match what it is I'm trying to achieve. If you fight me along the way, I made a mistake, I shouldn't have hired you. But if we find that match and you do understand, I don't need a rule book because you're going to do what's appropriate. And you know what? You might even advance it for me. You might raise the bar on service and performance and all these things. So don't limit people by playing to your base fears and creating this rigid structure that doesn't allow thought, that doesn't allow freedom of action, that doesn't allow people the freedom to better your business. Trust people, train people, embrace their skill sets, find the inspiration to make them work. It's not rigidity that makes anything happen. It's giving people a sense of flexibility within a very specific lane of action. That's the key. So trust your judgment in hiring the people that you do and allow them to do what you hired them to do. All right, that's the deal. Go get flexible. Go be nice. Talk to you later. Hey, this is Brian Wright. Thank you again for liking, sharing, commenting. I am sorry, but there is a garbage truck in the background. Do you hear that? So annoying. All right, like, share, comment. Let me know what's up. Do you have challenges with hiring people? Do you have challenges with getting people to do what you need them to do? What do you think the problem is? Let me know. I'd like to hear. All right, I'm out. Bye.